Hey there, it's Boots Owen here. This is a fixie frame. Pretty mediocre really, but for some reason I've got an urge to fix it. No pun intended. And inside I've managed to shear off the seat post. It wouldn't come out, so I put it in the vise and crunched it and twisted it and it sheared off. Ta-da! So I seem to be making progress. You can see that keyway on the bottom. I'm just using a keyhole pad saw. It's an Eclipse pad saw handle. So I'm just using this Eclipse pad saw, and I'll move on to this one, which is equally a similar thing, number 12 pad saw handle. It hasn't got a pad saw blade in it. I've put a hacksaw blade in there instead. But I'm just working away. Now there's about at least 4 inches, maybe 5 inches of metal in there to try and saw through. So it's a bit of a silly one, but if I can do it, I can probably get a screwdriver in and curl up that aluminium. It's kind of stupid, but hey, we are where we are. So it is working. Come back in an hour when I'm still no further forward. So I've been at it for 20 minutes. You can see there's a big pile of swarf down the back. Well, can you? You can see that white shadow down the back. I've broken through the first ½ inch, and I'd say I'm more than halfway through most of it. So I'm going to try and do is get a screwdriver in and flip it up. Flip one side of it up and see if that loosens it. When I said screwdriver, I meant a suitable little miniature cold chisel. Like that, and hopefully that'll push it all the way up if I keep rattling on this. I've got a longer one. So it is working by degrees, but I'm not sure. I'd like to get it to loosen really. There's, you can see the rusty snots underneath there, the corrosion. I kind of wonder, could I get a needle nose vice grips in now and hammer that in and out, holding onto that flap? I don't know. It's all quite brittle. I think this is far more hassle than it's worth, but I've managed to flake off along the cut line these 2 pieces. So I started wrapping it in using the little chisel, and I've bent the chisel, as you can see. But I would hammer the chisel down and then peel it back up a little bit and try and fold it in, and now that piece down the bottom is coming up, which is good. But it's still seized. It's very difficult to get right in there, but it's still seized along most of its length. What I'm hoping is I can kind of gouge out a piece. And I've been poking in the saw and sawing a bit as well. It's really insane how well seized it is, because even like tapping it, it hasn't gone in any further. I've really been beating on it and it hasn't gone in any further at all. Like, you can see the scrape marks down the sides from the steel chisel. And so almost immediately as I turned off the camera, I hit it again to chip off this little bit at the bottom of the tube. And it drifted it in, so it's gone in maybe 6 mil or so. And so what I'm thinking is, I think it's about this long, and I wonder, should I just drive it down to the bottom? I'm going to struggle to get it out, because I'd need something to expand and pull below, or some kind of an L-shaped piece, and that would be a proper nightmare. I could make something, but like, I'm not going to. Oh, I wonder now if there's any way to hook it out. So you can see it's, oh, there's a deposit of something there. If I clean the tube, it might fall out. I've got a couple of these brushes. They're for, this one's from a nail gun, I think, to clean the barrel of a nail gun, and this one's for welding pipes, to clean the inside of pipes before you weld them. It's a pretty good fit. It'll spin alright, trying to push and pull is quite hard. And because it has a handle, I can't put it in a drill, which would make it a bit easier. So there's a bit of dust gone down there, you can see, but that, let's try this. Yeah, let's try tipping it upside down now. This is the second day of this. Oh, there's a load of dust, white dust. Well, that's the shavings. Right. Oh, well, something moved there. Nothing. Yeah, it's actually come up. It's at my finger there. So a bit of wire might hook it out. Let's try a welding rod. Let's put a little hook on the end of it. This is just a mild steel copper coated welding rod. With a tiny hook on the end now. That's it caught. Try not to, oh, I've lost it. So try not to stab myself as I pull it out. It's still quite a ways down. It's a bit of thin as wire goes. It's bouncing up, and it's bending the hook back. So looking into the pipe again, I've given it another clean with the brush, and you can see on the right hand side of the tube there's a bit of a grey haze, and I think there's an aluminium corrosion issue there that's a bit lumpy. So I'm going to try and scrape the inside of the pipe a bit. I've pushed the seat post right back down to the bottom again. But just there at the tip of that welding rod, there's a bit of corrosion. And I think it's causing a constriction. Whenever you think this video is taking too long, spare a thought for me. I'm only recording a tiny portion of it. I don't know if we can see this here. There we go. It's completely clogging the file with dust. So I'm using this big file. It's about 14 inches long. Gets right in there. Circular section. Circular cross section. But yeah, that's certainly cleaning something out of there. And I can hear it as I'm cutting. So it seems to be moving something. So I've got it cleaned out, I think, hopefully enough. Like, it's one of these things, it's trial and error. You don't want to do too much because you only end up, there we go, it's caught there. There, is that clean? There it is. It's still getting stuck. It's very strange. There's just a little bit of something in its way still. A little bit. There's loads of stuff falling out here. Alright, let's take a look down it. So there it is, and it's caught on something, and it could be that it's slightly deformed or something. Nothing to get a grip on. Although, actually, I wonder could I get the needle nose pliers in there. I've deformed the inside aluminium bit, and there's a bit of dust just below it. Let's just push it in a bit and see if it's stuck. Just see if we can see, so it's somewhere just in front of that. I can't really see what it would have been stuck on. It's pretty clean in there now. If we could just get a grip on it, that's all. Maybe we could pull it out. Because I've deformed it, so it could be any shape. It's definitely getting stuck at that same point. Now, needle nose. Oh! Look at that. That's pretty grim. So I had actually sawed through it most of the way down. Wow, that's I'm quite surprised by that. I didn't think I was so good at sawing there. I thought I'd only gone about halfway. So that's excellent, and it's out. And now, oh, that's got to be 2 hours. What a silly boy. Questions, comments, or observations? Stick them below. Thanks for watching. See you later.